You've been asking for this major feature, and here it is. Inside of Ecamm Live 4.4, live motion transitions are now here. And so you can have that smooth, fluid, ooh, ah, ah kind of feel to all of the scene transitions in your Ecamm Live productions. So whether you're live streaming or you're recording your content for your online courses, Ecamm Live 4.4 is the update that you've been looking for. All right, so welcome to the new training studio. Live motion is a revolutionary update to Ecamm Live. As I had mentioned earlier, a lot of people have been asking for this fluid motion. Let me basically show you what this looks like here. So all of a sudden, you can see that my video is going from full screen over to the side, and it's moving in a fluid motion. Ecamm is calling that live motion, and this is going to help to capture the attention of your audience more effectively, rather than having a traditional transition that fades. So before Ecamm Live 4.4 came out, we had a soft fade transition, which was the default. Now it looks something like this. And while that looks amazing, it really doesn't compare to the live motion transition. So let's figure out how to get that going. Now, out of the box, your Ecamm Live is going to have live motion enabled, but I'm going to show you how to do that right now. So you're going to go ahead and go into Ecamm Live Preferences, and inside there on the Video tab, you're going to click on the Default Transition dropdown and click on Live Motion. Now moving forward, every transition that you have is going to show this live motion movement for the camera. Now it's important to know what objects or overlay items you have in your scenes that are applicable to live motion, and that includes camera overlays, shape overlays, as well as image graphic overlays. It does not follow text though, so don't think that you have a text layer and that will move and transition according to the live motion rules. So the rule of thumb is this: if the camera overlay or the object or item overlay is in two different scenes and you transition between one scene and the other, live motion will move that object between the two scenes. By the way, the profile that I'm going to be using in this demonstration that you see here is actually free for you to use. Simply go to the URL below, and it's also in the description, and you'll be able to download this profile for free. And this, I believe, is going to help you to get a jump start on your Ecamm Live journey. So let's take a quick look at the scenes that are available in this free profile for you to download. As you can see here, we have a multitude of them, and they are traditionally the more common scenes that the majority of Ecamm Live users, as well as producers, will be using either for themselves or with one guest. Now, for the most part, this could be used for people who are live streaming or podcasting, but you don't have to use all of the scenes, as you can see here. So the main scene here is your default camera, and that default camera is using a placeholder called camera A. Now you can see on the other scenes that are available here, you've got me with a comment. Now this is if you are live streaming to a platform that has a direct connection with Ecamm Live, such as Facebook pages and profiles, not groups unfortunately, such as YouTube or Twitch or LinkedIn or Instagram as well. Those comments will come in live to your Ecamm Live panel, and you can introduce or bring in those comments such as you see in the bottom of this video. You'll also see that this same scene here is available with the side-by-side between you and a guest, and that video can be from an interview mode guest or a Zoom guest using Ecamm for Zoom. And then we move over into you beside a very large version of that comment. Now this scene is really great for people who are on mobile devices. So if you know that your clients are on mobile devices, this is a really great scene for them because the comment shows in a large size, and they're able to see that while you're going through the production. Again, the same thing here is between you, a guest, and that same comment. And now this one is with you and your screen share. So you can see here as I am sharing the screen and scrolling through it, you can see this inside of the production. And then last but not least, it's between you and a guest sharing that screen share. Now that screen share could be something like a PowerPoint or a Keynote or a Google Slide or a Canva presentation as well. Really, there is such a huge opportunity for you to create productions using this type of a profile. All right, so let's go back to Ecamm. I'm going to get started here. I'm going to create a brand new scene. Now I have each scene showing up as blank, and if you don't have that, you can go up to the source menu in the top bar and click on blank. This allows us to create everything from scratch. Now I want to create a background image here. And you can see here, by default, I have it set to create this 16 by 9 square, and it has the white with the blue in a motion, and it's rotating around to give a little bit of liveliness to the background display. Now, aside from that, I'm going to go ahead and add a camera display. And this one here is not going to be my phone. I'm going to switch to the first camera. So now I have this set as a circle. By default, it is going to use the last setting that you had created when you're adding a camera overlay or an object overlay. So I can go ahead and create a custom size here. And this allows me to move this and snap to the guidelines and do any shape that I would like. So if I wanted to, I could really make it the entire height of the video here. And once this is done, I can do a couple of things. Let's actually add a favicon. So this is going to be my logo, and I'm going to put that in the bottom right corner, and I'm going to hold on to the shift and scroll with my 2 fingers on the trackpad, and that's going to bring it down a little bit. Now this is going to be, I'm going to have to change the layers in a couple of seconds, but what I'll do here is I will do a screen share with my computer system. So let's just rename this me plus share, and let's add this screen share, and we're going to switch that to the secondary display. And voila, there you go. So I have now that, actually, you know what? I'm going to do this. I'm going to get rid of this favicon, and I'm going to use my brand logo here. All right, so now you can see I have this scene that's now been set up, and I've got my screen share so I can go ahead and do any tutorials on a web page if I'd like to, and then I've got my branded logo at the bottom. So you could make any changes. So you can really put anything that you want down there. You can even add a comment overlay if you'd like to by going to overlays and then add placeholder comment overlay, and that's over here. Now that has been shrunken, and you could do something like that if you'd like. So instead of the logo, I can hide that logo. And if you want to do this for a live stream, you can go ahead and add a placeholder for a comment. So whenever somebody does comment on your live stream, you can click on that comment and add it to your scene here. Now, when I switch between my full camera here and the screen share camera, you'll see that there is a fluid movement. Let's go into full screen and show you what that looks like. There's the full screen camera, and then here is the one with the screen share. So you can see that live motion actually creates another level of engagement that is seamless between all of the different scenes inside of Ecamm Live. So have a ton of fun with the new live motion feature available in Ecamm Live 4.4 and newer versions. Let me know in the chat below your videos that you've posted and created that are using live motion. I'd love to see them. And if you're looking for more interesting tutorials on how to use Ecamm Live, go ahead and click on the link right there.